Hey, everybody. I am live today. I am so excited. So, I'm going to take my time. For those that are tuning in, I am streaming on LinkedIn, on my YouTube. I'm really excited, y'all. For those that have been subscribing to my YouTube channel, make sure you check it out. It's Melissa Swader Real Talk, or you can just type in my URL, custom link, and that's just youtube.com / the @ symbol and Melissa Swader AZ, which just so happens to be my handle pretty much on all my social media pages. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube, I'm so happy you're here. And for those of you on X, I am also streaming on X all at the same time, you guys. So really excited to be here. I wanted to really take the time this year to break down a lot of the marketing and branding tips and all the questions that I get asked over the years since my book came out. And I'm breaking down all these little golden nuggets in my book, as Christina with Berkshire Hathaway would say, just one yellow brick at a time. And really happy to share with you, if Charity Rice is watching. She posted on LinkedIn my book, and she mentioned something about having the audio book, which is available in the audiobook, the ebook, and the paperback. And she said she listened to my audiobook on the way to an event in Flagstaff up north. I think it was Flagstaff. But anyway, it was really exciting because I was like, oh, this is so cool to learn, to know that, people are listening to me speak. And I wanted to, I was asked about the narration. This is a nonfiction book. So I wanted to be the one who was going into the studio with my headsets and recording my own book. And I really want people to know who I am and to hear my voice fluctuations. So it was really awesome experience to film, or to actually film, because I was filming. I was actually at cameras over here, cameras over there. And if y'all know me, I have my ring lights everywhere. There's one, there's one. And I was going to put it on and I don't, because it's really bright in here. So some of the questions I got asked a lot was, why one yellow brick? How did this come about? So I thought I would take some time today and talk about the book and why I wanted to put down on paper for people to read on how to build your personal brand and how you market yourself in business, and especially into commercial real estate, because I cover a lot of this. I specialize in this. And it was really important for me to share my story. So here's the thing. When I was a little girl, I loved Wizard of Oz. And obviously everybody knows this is a play off of the Wizard of Oz, but let me explain it to you. It is not as corny as people thought. And when people actually started to read it, they're like, oh, I get it now. Oh my God. It's all a metaphor. Okay. I was terrified of the Wicked Witch. Okay. But if you fast forward to the present day, it's really the people that are bringing you down, the people that are trying to suck all the energy out of you, the ones who are not there for you, the ones who, make your office life or your personal life, challenging, and they're always throwing daggers at you. Okay, that's the wizard. This is the Wicked Witch, right? We all have them. And I used to say, like, the flying monkeys scared the living crap out of me when I was little, but I learned from that, because you know what? All these little characters in the movie and in the original book were, if you really break it down, they're all your friends. These are your people, the people who are supporting you, the people that want good for you, the people that want you to go see, down Emerald City and go see Oz and get magically back home, right? That's your tribe. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion. These are not just fictional characters in real life. These are the people who have your back. And this is how I break it down in my book. And although I do use a lot of metaphors in my book, It's real. And I really wanted to share some of the chapters. And when I'm streaming, I'm going to break down a little bit, just grab a couple sections out of my book and really talk about that, including, areas about your personal brand and how you're going to build your personal brand. And I know so many people are intimidated to get in front of the camera and to film themselves talking. And I know it's hard. Sometimes it's difficult for me, and I do this for a living. But you know what? It's okay to be human, and it's okay to make mistakes if you're in front of the camera and you kind of fumble your words. People relate to people, and I'm going to break down a lot of these little golden nuggets in my book, just one yellow brick at a time, because I don't want to overwhelm you, but I definitely want you to leave the live streams with just a little bit more information than you came in with. And I just wanted to read the back of the book, because this was written 3 years ago. And even today, everything in this book is still relative today. Sometimes I go back and read it and I'm like, yeah, it just happened yesterday. Or I just heard about this with, so-and-so. So ask yourself, are you really thinking outside of the box in today's culture? This is what it says right here, thinking outside of the box. That's me. But I want you to ask yourself, are you on the same road that has led you nowhere? Are you repeatedly fighting the same personal struggles? Do you feel alone? This is a winding road that helps you build the empire you've always dreamed of. I share some of my personal struggles and steps that I took to overcome the very thing that you may be going through. Effective marketing strategies and tips that will help you build the much needed confidence to inspire and motivate you to achieve anything you desire. And I talk about this when we are on the Women in Commercial Real Estate calls, because my book is a lot more than just marketing. It is about building the confidence and believing in yourself. And when I say this, I want you all to be the best version of yourself, and know that when you are producing social media content, that it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to make those mistakes and not to get down on yourself. And that is one of the things that I really talk about in this book, because when I break down some of the chapters, from and it's really cool too. So if you really want to follow along, and especially if you're like on YouTube, please don't forget, I say this all the time and I forget to tell you, but please make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's not about you seeing all my live streams when they go live, but it is about you getting the notifications when any new videos are posted, or my little ads that show when the next live stream is. So just make sure you guys get to that YouTube channel and subscribe, and I love you for it. But anyway, this book, the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm not going to go into everything today, but I wanted to share something with you. People on social media have this tendency to sometimes just post. And sometimes they're on social media and they're just like running their mouths, and they don't realize that people are watching and people are reading. So when you consciously make an effort to go onto social media to talk about who you are as a person, or the kind of services that you offer to your colleagues, and how valuable your expertise is to somebody else who might need your help with something, most important part that you should know is this. Whoops. Your name is your brand. My name is my brand. If anybody knows me from social media, about teaching social media, about teaching just the fundamental marketing and branding and skills, and about your public appearance and your reputation management, the way that you put yourself out there and how you deliver your branding message is how people are going to remember you by. Now, everyone knows that usually at an event, I'm usually carrying around a ring light and this thing, which is really funny because when I'm carrying around my ring light, it has a little adapter. When I was at ICSC, I think last year or the year before, I can't remember, I was holding this and jokingly I put this in front of somebody and somebody started talking into this and it's just a battery. Anyway, so people who like are out there in, at events, they'll always see me with my ring light and especially my selfie stick. I have one back there. There's one over there. I have like 3 over there in that box. And I am a Amazon influencer, and everything that I talk about when in regards to social media and getting in front of the camera, I have a store. Same thing, Amazon.com /shop/ Melissa Swader AZ. And there are different things on my store that would help you start your social media and give you some like ring lights and selfie sticks and stands. And I really wanted to bring this up because as we go through the live streams, I'm going to be dropping in examples. I'm just going to be dropping in and literally live. I'm going to be dropping in examples just like this, for my book. And you can go to Amazon, you can go to iTunes, you can go to Goodreads, and I randomly saw it on 2 other bookstore feeds. So everybody just picks up my book, which is I love because I want my book to be in front of all different audiences, which is primarily the reason why I'm streaming live on 3 different platforms simultaneously today. Because another thing to know is there are different audiences on different social media platforms. And I hear a lot about they only stay in one lane. They're only on LinkedIn or they're only on X, or X is the new LinkedIn. And trust me, I'm noticing that more and more people are coming from LinkedIn and they're using X because it's a lot more interactive. It's in real time. And you get to engage a little bit more. And I think if you spend a little bit more time on each of the different platforms on social media, you will find that there are very different people on each platform. So this is why I have multiple social media platforms, because I want to make sure that I'm reaching everybody and that I can help everybody with their tips. So I'm going to just talk to you really quick about your profiles. Please make sure that you are on LinkedIn and you update your banners and that you update your photos. Even if you change the way you look tremendously, and I don't mean this more for men as I do women, but you don't want to be those old realtors where it's like the 20-year-old photo on the grocery store, the grocery cart at the grocery store, and then you see that person in real life and they don't look anything like themselves. So I think it's really important on social media to make sure that you're giving the clearest and cleanest version of yourself. And when I say cleanest, I mean like professional. And X has this tendency for people on X to leave their profiles blank. And you don't even know who they are, and they're trying to connect with you. And I'm only trying to connect with people that are in the likeliness of my business, or if they're in commercial real estate, or if they're in marketing somehow, or they're podcasting, or, if they're in the writing community, or, there are other co-authors, my colleagues in the writing community. I really try to find the people that are going to be in my relative professional circles. And so just make sure that you all out there start updating all your bios and your profiles and all of your social media platforms. And I mean like your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Facebook. Can't tell you how many times you go to a Facebook page and there's a broken website link, or there's not updated information, or they haven't posted in 2 years, but it's still on their website as a link. And everything needs to be consistent. And this is part about building your brand, is the consistency. So today or this weekend, go back to all your social media pages and really do a kind of a makeover for all of your pages, and start out 2024 with your current information. And on LinkedIn, y'all, don't forget there is a pin the feature at the top. So when you make a valuable post on LinkedIn, I'm going to leave you with this little golden nugget. If you have an incredible post to share and a story that you wanted to share with your LinkedIn community and your connections, don't forget to pin that feature. You just go down to the little drop down and to the 3 dots, and it says feature. Now, when somebody's checking out your profile, that feature is going to show in that bottom section. So really build up that LinkedIn profile and add these sections to make sure that you are showing the best version of yourself in your professional expertise. Because after all, that's why we're there, right? We're there to meet new people, engage with other people, and to build up those relationships. So if you want people to get to know you, make sure they get to know you through your profiles, and then they'll start engaging. So don't be intimidated if people don't engage with you right away on social media, and that's the most important part. So as we break down all these little golden nuggets, coming up next week, I'm going to go live again next week, and I'm going to start breaking down the book. But I wanted to just to pop on and say happy Friday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm really happy that I can get on 3 platforms all at once. So make sure you connect with me on Instagram, Melissa Swader AZ, on our YouTube channel. And I say our because I share a lot of other things on my YouTube channel. So it's Melissa Swader, again, at Melissa Swader AZ. I have a custom URL link on LinkedIn, and of course on my Facebook, also Melissa Swader AZ. So get your book, y'all. Make sure you get your book. And I know I've left this little banner up there forever, so I'm going to remove this. This is how easy that is. And yes, I'm working with my mouse today. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and get the book so you can follow along. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, y'all. Bye-bye.